Here we are in Lough Owel Motors in Mullingar, the Peugeot garage, for the first series of Partners Behind the Scenes. Today we're going to catch up with Barry Coleman and see what he has to offer. So myself and Dara are here tonight for the first series of Behind the Scenes with our partners. We are joined with Barry himself, and we're going to just do a bit of a chat and get a catch up with Barry about what it all is to him. So I suppose first question, Barry, I suppose maybe tell us a bit about yourself and where are we tonight and also.
Yeah, well, sure. Look, you're very welcome here tonight. This is to Lough Owel Motors in Mullingar. We're a main Peugeot dealership representing Westmeath and a lot of the Midlands. Lough Owel Motors have been in business for, believe it or believe it not, the predecessors came here in 1923, which is a long time ago, over 100 years ago. Fenton's Garage itself, which is the Peugeot dealership, is over 30 years Peugeot dealership. And I took it over pretty much 4 years ago this summer. So I've been involved in the motor trade in Mullingar for, I won't tell you my age, but probably 35 years. And I suppose the ambition was always have your own dealership. So opportunity came about probably the guts of 5 years ago, and we started. The more than your journey starts today. On this one, we started a journey to take over the Peugeot dealership, and
what a great job it is when you look around and see it.
We've made a few changes, and we've a good team behind us, and the more than any good establishment or any good person needs a good team behind them. And I mean, that's definitely what it's all about.
I suppose same as ourselves. We're sitting here, we have a great team of people.
You have a good team, you need a good navigator, you need a good service crew, and I mean, if you haven't got them, you're failing.
Definitely not.
Every piece of the jigsaw.
And do you want to tell us maybe a small bit about yourself and maybe some of your own hobbies? I suppose motorsport for you, or what?
I have only one real hobby, and that's rallying.
Not a bad hobby then, so you can't complain.
Lots of lads talk about football and lots of lads talk about rugby, and somebody asked me about the rugby last night, and I says, my son is 14 and he plays rugby, and up to then I have never really followed rugby, but now I'd follow a little bit of rugby. But no, we started going back in the years. Like, we had started off with a Mark II when Mark IIs were fairly basic and fairly straightforward. It was a budget machine. Now we'd do a lot of rallying in that for the budget. But went back actually with a back wheel drive. My brother Finn had a back wheel drive 205 back in the day when there wasn't too many of them about, and we had good crack in that car. But we actually progressed onto one of Eamon McAleenan's cars. So we had Eamon McAleenan's Escort. So we did a couple of runs in that.
Any nice runs now? Any nice runs?
A few hairy ones, but they were all good. It was a Nissan engine. It was a 240 D-stroke to a 2-litre engine, so it was good crack, but it was a handful. So
definitely.
I suppose then Finn kind of we always had rally cars, a couple of Mark IIs, G3. We had a few bits and pieces, and I went rallying myself probably in 2005 in a little EK4. And God, we had great fun. Like, we did probably 9-10 rallies and never missed a beat. Never.
They're a great wee car.
Great wee car in the day, like, And I mean, you see them there today, and they're still going strong. Like, so.
Twice as hard now as well.
Twice as hard. But then in 2006, we actually bought, when we was in Westmeath Motors, it was the first Type R Civic in the FN2. So we bought that as a brand new car, and we stripped it and built it. And it's still at home in the shed, so many years later.
So this year is the start of it all. This year is going to be the start of it.
Every year we promise we'll get it back out. But we did make a little bit of progress this Christmas, and we said we'd do a few bits and pieces.
That's
we might see you on the stages. We flashing the lights.
Flashing the lights passing by each other. Yeah.
Clean, so
I don't think you'll need to worry about that. But anyway, no. So look, that's the history is motorsport, and delighted and great to be involved with something of this calibre.
And you've some younger members of the family as well. Are they interested in motorsport now as well?
No, so we have three kiddies there. So Lucy is 16, so Lucy would love to go into Junior 1000s now if she got half a chance.
A great pathway into the rally now.
Yeah. So look, she's turning 16 this year, so who knows what'll happen. We'll see. Maybe next year, we might have a little run, But she's mad for rallying. She'd go to all the rallies. She loves it.
You might get her into a bit of karting karting either. That's where I created my ways. So definitely I found the karting for myself. It hasn't been a letdown. Anyway, I know it's different. Most people have come in through, I suppose, the J1000s and all of that, but definitely I think the karting is another way of looking at it, and it's definitely been good too, I suppose. It doesn't really get I suppose, the back and acknowledgement that the rallying gets, I suppose, but it's definitely good too.
Well, when you see it on the world stage like there as well, you know, rallying probably doesn't get the recognition in Ireland even. What better country than Ireland?
Yeah,
for
look
rallying,
here, we're still fighting to try and get the WRC here.
Best stages in the world, like, you know, and they're there. But I mean, it'll be
even when you see Hayden Padden coming over and all them boys for Donegal, none of them were able to run away with it either. Like, we've some seriously talented drivers around, like, you know. Like, Jesus, Galway there just gone by, like, it was a very difficult rally, like, you know, and definitely for anyone.
And in the best conditions that were ever there for Galway. You know, it was.
No, look, definitely Irish, and no matter where you go in Ireland, there's always a bit of a handful somewhere.
But the recognition that's world over for Irish rallying is amazing. Like, you know,
look, we were lucky. We've two great drivers on the world stage now as well, and they're really flying the flag for us too. And the academy, as you're a part of the academy, is creating some serious recognition for a lot of drivers.
There are plenty of opportunities there, and it's great to see them out on
stage.
They've done well in Monte Carlo too.
You
know.
But no more than yourself, Dara, to see the awards and the BRC Junior Champion there. I mean, who could sit beside one of those here today?
It's a pleasure to have. It's a pleasure, like, to have, like, the knowledge that Dara has to myself when we're on the stage. It's a great. I don't know what you call it, but it's brilliant to have him alongside us. The knowledge he has.
A calming effect.
I suppose then maybe if you want to get into a small bit around the showroom and maybe tell us a bit about Lough Owel Motors and a bit like that.
Lough Owel Motors is, as I say, we just concentrate mainly on Peugeot. We do a bit of fleet and lease vehicles as well. Commercials would be a big side of the Peugeot business. We'd probably do 150 to 160 new cars a year. So it's a lot of work, like, you know, and it doesn't sound like massive numbers.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of headaches behind it.
When you're putting them through on the daily basis there, you know, and we're, as I say, blessed with a good team. We've got good technicians out the back. We've good front end staff, and it took us a couple of years to get there too. Like, you know, I mean, we took us kind of a good 2 years. Has been a battle there, just getting the right people in the right places, and now we have them. We can kind of push on. So the aim would be, I suppose, to get to 200 new units. 200 new units will generate probably a total of about 450 units a year.
Right.
So for a place that's a small place and a growing industry.
Big, but it's a small place too. When you look at the grand scheme of things.
If we can do 450, 450 is a lot of metal, and if we can do that, we'll be happy, you know.
I'm sure though, even for the likes of Mullingar, it's a great asset to have such a great brand in Mullingar at their doorstep, like, you know what I mean.
I've been looking around. Looking at the cars there this evening. Like, I mean, the product is fantastic.
Yeah.
The finish is superb on them. The drive is
talking today about that car there over our shoulder, and I just couldn't get over how nice it was. The finishing and even the little stitching in the seats and everything like that. It was a really, really well finished car. Like,
First and Tower car then as well for the stages.
But so I suppose it's a matter of building and growing, and every year we aim to do another 15, 20 new units, and if we can get, I think we'll probably, if we can hit 20 or 200 units and get to there, it's probably a maximum that a facility can handle as well here ourselves, So I'm not saying we'll drive on and go bigger and like that, but I mean, it's a great opportunity. Look at lifetime lifetime dream, and sure we're here.
Definitely.
So
you might maybe sell a few 208 rally cars.
There's been a lot of interest in the one we had yours in the showroom for the Christmas. A lot of interest there in it, and
look, even it was nice. It was definitely nice for both of us to have it in. Like, it was nice for myself and Dara, to get the recognition of the car there, but. For the younger people coming through, it's nice for them to call in, and especially people around the town.
Something different.
Something different.
You never see that. I have to say, in Mullingar, there was probably a couple of garages through the years that would have always have a little bit of motorsport heritage, but I mean that doesn't really exist in modern day. So it's great to bring that now. 10 years is a short time, and in the last 10 years you wouldn't have seen a rally car in the showroom in Mullingar. So
even the Midlands was really the closest rally to here then. For
Midlands, we used to run. We did run the Castle Single Stage, ran out of Mullingar a couple of times there.
Oh, that's right. That was a good while ago, right? Yeah.
Great stages too, so you never know. Maybe that'll come back again. I don't know.
Definitely no, but even it was definitely nice to have the car here. I said again, like for the younger generation coming through, as you said, your daughter there, like, and even for them to get in and sit in the car,
sit in it, experience
and
it.
you, the big child, sitting in it. Plenty of texts like that. All right, but
Fred, well, the first time I got into yours, I had to tell myself I needed to lose about 5 kilos to be able to get out. Huh?
Hey, it's a good goal.
Yeah, but it's
You weren't
working.
tempted to bring it out around the industrial estate
I would
now?
be tempted all right now, but I just don't know now. Huh? There's a lot of technology
It
in there.
could be stolen tonight.
A lot of, and you say, well, H patterns, like, this sequential gear lever now will be a little bit
easier, so it is.
As it gets a lot easier, the flat shifting them now and everything, so they're definitely a lot easier. But I suppose then we're kind of coming around to, I suppose, chatting about maybe coming to what it means coming on board for you, and I suppose this whole evening and tonight, even throwing the evening for us tonight, I suppose you've put in a lot of work over the last week, as so as all of us here, to organise this evening, and it's been great to have even just to have the facility for us. To bring everyone into the town, from the town into Lough Owel, it is great. Like, I'm sure it has to be a nice thing for you too.
No, sure, absolutely. I mean, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Like, and publicity is what's growing. And, so it's a pleasure to be able to showcase your car, to be able to have you here, have Dara here, be able to mingle with you and be able to give you the support. It's not always about we always look at budgets and we always look at these other things, but behind the scenes support is brilliant. And I mean, to have a facility to be able to come into and open the doors to you there and say, look, bring it on. Everybody's welcome. I think,
and even opening the doors to the public, something different for them coming in to see the car.
Definitely.
And the whole lot.
Those people that will come in. Okay, so not all of them are going to buy a car, or they're not all looking at cars, but I mean, it'll plant a seed in their head for the future that we'll go back there. We'll have another look there. The boys might have something. They were sound guys.
I suppose even whenever you're younger, like I always remember the odd stage here and there, and for the ones coming in, like they'll remember. Oh, geez, I remember coming up to Mullingar and looking at the rally car. Even for that, you might get the next generation coming around to get the car. So. But for us, even for myself and Dara, we chatted about it last year and chatted about it and just. We said, we wanted to make it a bit of a difference this year and say, like, how we want to be able to give back to the likes of yourself. Like, it's not all just we're taking off and getting, I suppose, your support. That we want to be able to give you support too, and I suppose give back. And I suppose that's our biggest factor this year. So I suppose this is kind of the start of our series, so we're going to go trying around and get a bit of a chat. But I suppose
it's great to it's great to partner and great to have that publicity. And I mean, rallying is very different on the media platform than it used to be. And to be able to see you guys rolling up at the end of every stage, and see what's going on. And I mean, the car is there, the branding is there, and everything. I mean, every time you look in the window, you'll see Lough Owel Motors. I mean, sure, we couldn't buy that. This is.
Even for ourselves, like our profiles are growing, and we're getting lots of views every month. Everyone, here if you got the 50,000 people, surely someone's going to have to look in and call in and get something. So,
but I mean, the car is a credit to you, and it's.
Darren spent all day getting the stickers on it.
It looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. I'd love to be behind the wheel of one, but I think age is against me now. I don't say that. I don't know. Looking at the speedy guys there, and
we'll get our jets.
We'll have to have a spin somewhere along the way. But no, in fairness, to talk to the guys, from marketing and Peugeot as well. Those guys. I had a good chat with one of the lads last week there, and he was saying that motorsport is Peugeot heritage, is motorsport, so, and they probably in Europe focus more on Le Mans and 24-hour series and things like this. But he says in Ireland nobody watches that, or nobody. But
Ireland, as I said earlier, like rallying, I suppose really is the biggest focus when it comes to motors. If you say motorsport to someone, they're going to say rallying. And I suppose definitely, as you just said, like rallying with Peugeot goes back a long time.
Definitely, But they're delighted to have that facility to be able to showcase, I suppose, motorsport, and to have a link to it and
bring the heritage back as well too.
Well, that's it. That's what they're there for. And I mean, the marketing department, they look at all avenues. And it can be from photography, it can be for anything. But once we have the profile that we have there, I mean, I think it's going to be great, and I think it's going to be big.
Hopefully, we can work on something this year together, I suppose, as a group of partners, and come up with a nice few plans. I suppose this is the start of it, and that's it for tonight. Anyways.
Well done, and best of luck for 2026. And
perfect. Thank you very much.
Plenty of podiums. And thank you.
thanks to everyone for turning up. It's been a pleasure to have everyone here, and I hope you are enjoying the cakes and a bit of they go on the simulator and a nice look around the car as well. We are, Barry, at the end of the night. Turned out a great crowd. Seemed to be a great event. How do you think it went?
Oh, gee, I'm blown away by the whole lot now, in fairness. We came in here tonight and not knowing what was going to happen, and was it going to be 10 or 20, or was it going to be ourselves looking at one another? And one guy says, we think there was probably 75 to 80 people there.
Yeah.
So I mean, for a little place like this in Mullingar, isn't it fantastic? Well. But it's delightful to see it, and as I say, it's just great to see the support. The support is there for you. The support is there for us all, and if this is the way the journey is going to begin. It's only going to grow legs from here, and away we go. But I think you're going to look forward to great support throughout the year.
And to have a facility like this to do this evening, like you can see everyone in looking around the cars and everything like that. And to have a facility like this is brilliant. So definitely on my behalf and on Dara's behalf, it's a pleasure to be here. So thank you very much.
Cheers.
And thanks for having us. And I'm sure this will be the start of it. Anyway.
Start of it. Well, sure. Anytime the door is open, anytime you want. Now there's no bother at all. We can do this any night. And what are we? We're an hour on from when we finish the speeches. I don't think anyone is left. And the place is still full. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's a testament to the night that's in it, and the rally family that are around us here tonight too.
I actually met a lot of people even that maybe weren't rally heads. They're in and they're asking, where do you do the rallying and where is it? It's been great to get nice people that haven't got a rally background, but they're here to support it and they're here to find out what it's all about and everything. So, definitely a pleasure to you. It's been great to be here.
We have to mark this down as a podium event tonight.
Yeah.
This is the first podium. This is the first podium for 2026. And I mean, a couple of weeks we'll be on another one.
Hopefully, definitely. Anyways, Barry, thank you very much.
Thanks for all. Cheers.
Thank you very much for a great night.